Yo everybody, how's it going? Chris here and welcome back to Chris Flies Planes. We are flying the second leg of RAF Coningsby through the Mach Loop, up through the Lake District and landing in Leuchars St Andrews. We're just coming over towards the Lake District now. We're going to start our descent, if I can work out where my co-pilot Happy Feet is, or my wingman, sorry. So where are you, buddy?
Just behind you, passing 7,500 feet.
Okay, you have visual of me. I'm ahead of you.
I have visual, yeah.
Okay, fantastic. So I'm going to
Actually,
start
right now, no, because I'm in the cloud, but yeah, whatever.
Alright, I'm going to gas up a little bit, just get ahead of you a little bit more, and start my descent. So we're going to be descending down to probably around 1,000 feet. So for anyone who didn't watch the last video, firstly, please go and watch the last video, obviously. Doing a flight plan today, which I kind of put together, taking off my RAF Coningsby in the East Midlands, flying over to Birmingham and descending down to the Mach Loop in North Wales for a little bit of low-level flying. We're now on the second leg, just heading up towards the Lake District, which you can see just off my nose, flying a bit of a low-level valley run through the Lake District before departing northeast and flying up to RAF Leuchars up in Scotland. We are flying the F-22 Raptor, a plane I've mentioned in a couple of my videos now. It's awesome, I love it, it's great fun, and yeah, so we're just finishing our descent here, getting back on the flight plan, and we're going to be entering the valleys just off to our north there, off our nose. So how are you doing, man?
Yeah, 2,000 feet.
Fantastic. I'm 2.5, so get a little bit lower. And I'm at 550 knots at the minute. I'm going to be slowing that down to around probably 450 for the low-level flight.
Okay, I'm gonna go to 400, 450. And I'm gonna go down to 1,000 feet. Why not? Okay, let's keep it to 1,200.
Okay, I'm just passing 700 feet, 600 feet, 400
low
feet,
altitude, low altitude,
300 feet, 200 feet, starting to pucker my asshole now, 100 feet, and that will probably do me.
obstacle ahead, obstacle.
There we go, 90 feet.
Okay, I'm supersonic. Okay, let's throttle back.
Bless you.
Thank you.
I always find it's my favourite time to sneeze when I'm doing very low level flying at high speed in a fighter jet.
I'm doing 650.
I'm just below 400.
Okay. 180 knots. No, that's feet.
Yeah, I hope you're not going 180 knots, bud. That's not a good place to be.
Just be aware, I'm gonna be on your left. Going at 700.
Oh, fuck. Oh my god, that was close. Little bit of a trim issue there. Jesus Christ.
It just passed above you.
I just very nearly trimmed myself into the lake. Oh my god, there we go. You need to be slowing down, bud. We're hitting land.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I'm going way fast as well.
So I'm gonna stay at 700 feet. I mean 650, and I'm gonna throttle back.
I'm hold steady.
Yep.
Okay, there we go. I was coming up on you real fast there. Cool.
Oh, that's amazing.
So turning right. And then I'm going to level out and I'm going to be turning left in around, well, just when we hit this lake in front of us, I'm going to be turning left. So be aware of that. Let's get my view set up right for this. And turning left in 3, 2, 1, and turn. Let's gas up a little bit. Let's start descending down again. So as we fly along here, we're going to be flying a mixture of roads and rivers. Rivers are great fun because you basically know the flight level they're at.
Low altitude.
There's a little island coming up here though, so don't fly too low. I guess you're on my tail right now, buddy.
Yep. What's your speed?
I'm flying at 420.
Perfect.
Okay, let me just get my fuel up on my information panel here. 2 hours remaining, more than enough. Going to be doing a hard left turn once we get past this spur on our right hand side, which you may or may not have depending on your mesh. So let's hard left turn.
Low altitude.
All of the warnings there. And straight back into a nice right turn. Over bank. And level her out. And we should be joining the road here.
Low altitude. Low altitude.
Going to be
Low
jumping
altitude.
over this little
Low
rise here on the
altitude.
road and then dipping down to this lake. Nice and low
Obstacle
over there.
ahead.
So again, we're up in the Lake District, just on the west of England. I'm not actually 100% sure what the Lake District is, to be honest, but flying up towards a little village called Keswick, where we'll be departing for our final leg up to RAF Leuchars, which is just on the east coast of Scotland, just outside St Andrews. So, let's get the wing out. There we go. Oh my god, I'm low.
Obstacle ahead.
Bring her over nice and easy over here and aiming for the start of this next lake just in front of us.
Low altitude. Low altitude.
And a nice easy turn around here. And straighten her out. So again, I quite like this flight plan. Mach Loop's a lot of fun, and then we come into the Lake District here, a little bit more open, lots of just low level flying, good amount of speed, nice easy bank turns. How are you getting on, buddy?
Yep, I'm just above the last lake. I think I'm 2 nautical miles behind you.
That's probably a reasonably safe distance.
No, it's 4, so...
low altitude, low altitude.
And there we go, we're now departing the Lake District. So we now have a 72 nautical mile jump up to our next waypoint, which will be, I believe, Edinburgh. We're going to do a nice low-level flight over Edinburgh. So we're going to be climbing up to 20,000 feet. So let's head up 10 degrees, and autopilot, and altitude, let's hold the pitch at 10 degrees. And I'm going to be locking my speed in at 350 knots. And mark. I know some people might be thinking, if you're just using autopilot, why are you bothering? Honestly, when you fly those low-level runs, your hands get sweaty. It's nice just to stretch your fingers out a little bit. So you starting your ascent?
Yes, I did.
Fantastic. Actually, you know what, I might just head up to, let's say, 12,000 feet for this.
Okay.
It's only a short hop, and I know last time me and you flew this off camera, we didn't actually see Edinburgh at all. So yeah, I hope you're all doing okay. Should be probably releasing this video towards the end of a week. Will be my 4th video on the channel. I have a few more videos I'm intending to do fairly soon. One of them is a little bit of a just kind of tutorial of the F-22 Raptor, so I'm just going to talk through the startup a little bit slower, a little bit more detail, talk about what the different systems do, different instruments you can see in front of you, and also let's go into a little bit about just the history of the plane, and yeah, it's interesting. So that's another video I've got planned. I'm going to try and film a DCS video. So DCS is an interesting one. Digital Combat Simulator, it's a free download. Let's get my altitude locked in at 12,000. It's a free download, and you can pay to add extra planes. It's very much not free to play, pay to play. It's just, base game is fantastic and free, it looks phenomenal. And then if you want additional planes, you can buy additional planes. So I'm going to be trying to do some videos on that. Honestly, the game is solid. It's so hard to play. Honestly, the thought of trying to get half an hour of footage without repeatedly dying scares the shit out of me. So it might be a little bit hit and miss, but I'm going to see what I can do. It's a fantastic game. I'm going to try and get Andre Happy Feet on that as well. Yeah. Also, at some point, I'm going to be doing my long flight over to Cluj in Romania from London City Airport. Andre certainly knows a little bit more about Cluj than I do. You're from Cluj, right?
Close to Cluj.
Close to Cluj. Awesome. So where we work, there's a lot of Romanians. You can try and work out where that is. So I've got a lot of friends from kind of Cluj and the area around there, so I thought it would be nice to do a long flight from London over to Cluj. The little jump from Zurich to Venice through the Alps, which we recorded, will be part of the flight plan, just to keep things interesting. And that's going to be about 3 hours of flying, so I'm not sure if Andrea's going to join me for that.
Maybe.
We shall see. It's a long flight. Certainly a few beers will be had. But I'm going to be releasing that probably in a couple of weeks. It's going to take a little bit more work to get that done.
Actually, talking about beer, I'm drinking a Wild River, which is the double hopped pale ale, which is amazing.
So Andre's taking my my beer drinking tonight. I'm not drinking. It's Tuesday, sorry. It was a very long weekend for me in terms of alcohol consumption, so I'm taking it easy tonight. But needless to say, I will try and get some interesting beers for the next time we fly, and I am planning to do a drunk live stream this weekend sometime. if any of you guys have any recommendations for beers I need to drink, by all means leave a comment. Extra points, imaginary internet points sadly, but extra imaginary internet points if they're aviation themed. So whereabouts are you, buddy?
7 nautical miles behind you. What's your speed?
Fast, apparently. 550, so I'm just bringing that back.
380 right now.
I have my speed, I thought I had my speed locked in on autopilot. I didn't, so let's get that locked in.
Let me catch up on you.
350 knots, no, 350, and locked. Okay, so I should be slowing down now to 350. We are currently 3 minutes away from our first waypoint, which will be Edinburgh City, up in Scotland, around 24 nautical miles from there. So let's say we're descending at 10,000, so we'll start our descent about a minute from Edinburgh. So today I decided to make my first improvement to my channel, and that is recording the audio separate from the video. I'm doing this just so I have a little bit more control over the audio, the levels. I can even EQ it a little bit. It certainly sounds a lot better. Hopefully you'll like it. So yeah, let me know what you think. I'm still just using my relatively cheap crappy headset, but honestly the audio quality is not too bad. So about a minute and a half to go before we start our descent. Another thing I want to get running is having some software called Plan G running on my laptop just alongside my computer screen, so I can see the map and give you guys a little bit more information about where we actually are in the country and what we're flying over. I'll try and get that done for the next video. Andre here is also going to try and get, I can't remember what it's called. Andre, talk them through it.
It's called Sky Demon. It's actually I think it's the most popular VFR software used by pilots in Europe. And I'm gonna try and capture it, and maybe we can overlay it on the video, maybe not.
Awesome. So we had a quick go to get that running today. Did you actually get it running at all, or?
No, absolutely not.
So me and Andre are basically terrible at starting recordings. We started preparations today at around 8 PM. Sorry. With an intended flight time of no later than 9. I'm pretty sure we took off at around 10, so...
Yep, pretty much.
That's how it goes. I think it went better than last time. I think it took us about 2 or 3 hours last time to get everything ready, and that wasn't even recording, that was just flying. So... what can you do? Okay, so we should be starting our descent literally right now. I'm glad I looked at my waypoints there. So let's quickly kill the altitude and kill the speed control. Air brakes on, and we're going to be diving down. You can see Edinburgh, I believe, is just off our nose here before we hit the water. So I'm going to be going into a hard descent around 12,000 feet a minute by the looks of it. I'm going to go into a little bit of a low flight over Edinburgh, something we would not be allowed to do in real life. But this isn't real life, and that's why I love it. So as you can see, not a lot of Edinburgh is modelled. Actually a reasonable amount of Edinburgh is modelled. Off our nose, or off my nose right now, I believe that is Edinburgh Castle. And off to the left here, let's get a little bit of zoom, looks like some sort of football or rugby stadium. I am not a footballer. I don't really like football, so you guys probably know more about that than I do. We've got heading controls still on, which I definitely don't want on here. So coming in nice and low here. See Edinburgh Airport, I guess that is over to our left. And let's go for a nice low flyby here. Okay, let's nose up here. I definitely don't want to be crashing.
Low altitude. Low altitude.
Starting a right turn here. Rejoin our flight path. How are you getting on, Andre?
Yeah, I'm rejoining the flight path as well.
Cool. You see Edinburgh Castle off your nose, or?
Yep.
Fantastic. And here we are in beautiful Scotland. See bridge over there? I believe it's the shit. What bridge is that? Tay Bridge, maybe? Firth Bridge? One of those amazing bridges. But anyway, off to our left-hand side there. And do a little quick jump across the water here, and then a low fly over St Andrews. Beautiful, beautiful part of the UK. Before coming in for our landing at RAF Leuchars. Okay, so I'm at about 300 knots right now and flying at a flight level of 500 feet.
I'm to your right.
Yep, I can see you off my right wing there.
Yeah, 550.
Beautiful. I'm flying slightly over to the left of the flight plan, so you can come in a little bit closer to the flight plan if you do so
Okay.
choose.
Low altitude. Low altitude.
Pretty sure there's a way to disable the low altitude warnings.
Where's the fun in that?
But I'm not sure where it is, so... Let's check our fuel levels, more than enough fuel. Let's get our waypoint markers on. And I'm going to be taking a nice easy right turn here, Andre, so bear that in mind. Rejoin the flight plan roughly. There we go. Again, I can see you off to my right wing, so... Okay, so our next waypoint in around, turn my air brakes off, well, in around 2 minutes, it's going to be St Andrews, and then we're going to be heading out to sea to start our final approach into RAF Leuchars. What I should have actually done is put a waypoint on the village I actually grew up in, just outside of St Andrews, but next time. So I don't know if you can see the hill just off to my left, Andre.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure I climbed that hill as a child. It's the only big hill around here, and I definitely remember climbing a big hill very near my house, so... There we go, random fact of the flight. Okay, so you can see RAF Leuchars there off to my left. And we should be coming over St Andrews just off our nose. Okay, so we're going to be turning hard right now. Flying approximately 070, maybe 080, just to... actually due east. Let's fly due east. Just to rejoin the flight plan. And see you again off my right wing. And I'm going to be starting my left turn into our final approach to RAF Leuchars. Okay, so just a reminder, our approach speed is going to be around 140 to 160 knots. Flaps in theory should be auto, but honestly I'm not going to risk it. So I'm going to bang flaps onto extended, just on the left panel. And once I complete my turn, so not entirely sure of our flight heading here. So it looks like we're going to be landing on approximately, I guess, runway 25. I'm not 100% sure about that right now, but it's certainly going to be around the 25. Yeah, we're going to be landing probably runway 27 actually, I think it is. I'm just going to fly around to join the waypoint before Leuchars and use that as my mark to fly in. So let's get the air brakes on. Gear speed is safe below 220 knots, I believe. I see you off my left wing there. And start my turn into final. And there we go, runway lights off my nose. So it looks like we're going to be landing on, yeah, runway 27 or maybe 26. Whichever heading we're going to be flying, I'm not sure. Let's throttle back a little bit and gear down. So our lights are set to land, everything is fine down there. Let's just keep our nose up, a little bit more gas. Doesn't make a difference how many times I fly, I still get nervous when I land. I think that's probably a good thing. And then we get to make Happy Feet nervous by watching him from the taxiway, which is always fun. So 2 whites, 2 reds. 172, let's throttle back a little bit. Let's check our gear is down. Our gear is down. Fantastic. Flying at 170. Let's slow it down a little bit. Let's get straightened out a little bit here. Let's get our nose up. What do 4 white lights mean, Andrew?
That you're too high.
Oh, okay, that's good. Don't mind being too high. Okay. Let's throttle right back. And start flaring her up. And flare, 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 flare. And beautiful. Alright, wheels are down. I've got to say, it was probably my smoothest landing yet in the F-22. If you don't include how far I was away from the centre line. Okay, Andre, so runway is clear. How close are you, buddy?
Very close.
I'm not sure I'm going to see you land. I'm going to try and get round. Speed brakes off, and let's get our flaps set to normal.
2 white, 2 reds.
Beautiful.
1 white. And idle. Flaring. Looks level.
Beautiful landing, buddy. Beautiful landing.
Right down the center line.
Okay, so you just want to head up the runway and take the right taxiway. I am on your 6. And there we go, guys. So that is our completed flight from RAF Coningsby in the Midlands, through the Mach Loop, up through the Lake District, and landing in RAF Leuchars up in Scotland. Let's get ourselves taxied over to the parking area, get our plane shut down, and we'll call it a night. So I think maybe for our next co-op flight in FSX, I'm going to let Andre put together a flight plan, seeing as I've done all of them. And we'll probably fly a different plane. Again, I'll let Andre choose that. Not sure when we'll be recording that, but it should always be enjoyable. Maybe fly something a little bit slower, go for a nice visual flight somewhere.
And maybe we can make the Cessna 172 start.
Dude, so we have a third party, Alabeo Cessna 172, and holy shit, that's a hard plane to get started. Amazingly modelled plane though, really stunning, all the checks are incredible, great fun to fly. So yeah, maybe a nice flight with that.
You know what? I'm gonna stop right here.
In which case I will stop right here. Okay, so I don't know this shutdown checklist off the top of my head, but it's always safe to go battery off, generators off, throttles to idle, lights can go off, off flaps can we go back to normal, parking brake set, landing lights off, there we go, and oxygen systems can go back to off, radio volumes go back down, and there we go, guys. So another flight done. This will be split into 2 parts, so part 2 will be uploaded maybe a couple of days after part 1. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you, Andre, for joining me. It was a lot of fun as always.
Always.
Cool, and I'll see you guys later. Thank you very much.